Hello everyone, welcome to Eye to Eye Kansas City on our After the Election special today. We're going to go through some of the election results. Most of them are already in. Some of them you might want to double take, but all of them are on kceb.org. Again, it is kceb.org. That's the Kansas City Election Board. And those results are unofficial as of yet. They still might be counted through some of them. And that was the problem on election night, that we waited so long so that way we could kind of decipher to kind of round the numbers off a little bit. But we didn't round them. These are exact numbers that you'll see here on the program. These are exact numbers that are coming from the Kansas City Election Board. So there's some victories and there have been some losses. And of course, here in Kansas City, there were two major things that we need to talk about. Two major things that were on the ballot. And we have went over those two major issues here on the program today, on show 5 of Eye to Eye Kansas City. And we'll talk a little bit about that. And we will be talking about the low voter turnout that took place on August the 7th. And why elections and voting is important. It is essential to everyone in the community to vote. I'm going to go ahead and send this message. Some of you chose not to vote in this election. I don't know whether it was the heat. I don't know if it was just plain old laziness. I like to think it's a little bit of both, but more of being lazy. And because of that, some things have consequences. And those consequences that we'll be paying more taxes in Kansas City. And those taxes of going off of question 1 that was on the ballot. Question 1 kind of goes into removing of the vehicle maintenance fees and boulevard tax and fees and all this other stuff and other fees that are associated with it, and creating a sales tax. And for the life of me, if we get another interruption, sorry ladies and gentlemen. Question going on question 1. Those remove the fees and replaces it with a sales tax. And question 2 kind of goes off of do you want to go to a sewer increase? And will you want that sewer increase gradually? Because if you voted no, like I shouldn't say that. I ain't gonna say that part. If you didn't show up to the polls, I'm gonna put it to you like this. Now, I did vote in this election. I want you to know I did vote. You'll see it in my report. I had my I voted sticker on me. You know I voted because I get tired of the same old crap going on in Kansas City, and the same old crap is we got to charge you for this. We got to put an extra tax increase on that. I'm tired of taxes, honestly. That's why I'm about ready to leave Kansas City. And I know there's taxes everywhere, but Kansas City has a culture to where let's tax this instead of looking for money elsewhere to allocate for funds here and funds X, Y, and Z in other places. This is why I'm not ready to just leave Kansas City. The culture here is that we got to tax and spend and tax everything. I talked about the arenas on this program and why we didn't need Sprint Arena. I talked about why we didn't kind of need down the Power and Light District. We need to be focusing on fundamental issues. These issues are the main problems why we're trying to pull money together. And who's to say that that money is going to go into the right places? Because given other opportunities that have been going on in the city in past years, money just hasn't been hasn't been allocated into the right places. So with that said, those who didn't vote, I don't want to hear you complain. I don't want to hear you I was going to say the B word, but I'm not going to do that. I don't want to hear you complain. Let's just leave it at that. Don't send no emails to me, because I will delete it. I will delete it, and I will make sure that I won't look at it. I need a little bit of water or something, ladies and gentlemen, because my throat is getting dry. And I am suffering with allergies today, so I want to excuse my well-being today in terms of my allergies, because we got a little bit of relief from the heat, and of course that has been something that has been going on within a few weeks. So going into what I was talking about, those two questions. Now, frankly, those two questions, Kansas City some people was probably tripped up about those questions, and as I suspect that, the language in some of that could be hard to decipher, and sometimes in bills like that, I think they do that just to make you vote in a way that you shouldn't be able to vote. And I'm not saying, and maybe you do understand the language and you want to vote for it, but people like me that have lived in this city for years and years and years and seeing the results in my neighborhood, or neighborhoods that I lived in, I see that there is no big change going on in Kansas City in the urban core. I see no big changes, because we as people in the urban core that lived in the urban core for a long time and have been tongue-tied, ladies and gentlemen, that have lived here for a long time or for a short time and have seen what has gone on. Kansas City, change starts with us as the people. It doesn't start with politicians. It doesn't start with higher up people, should I say. It starts with us as the citizens of this city. It starts with us trying to take action. It starts with us trying to do what we're supposed to do. And some of us can say what we need to say just so that we can get our voices heard, and that's going to be it. Some of us are about action. We're about taking the initiative to do something and taking a stance and saying enough is enough. And I'm taking that right from someone's campaign that we will be talking about very soon, but that's not my purpose. People that said enough is enough should really go about that way and take action in that kind of direction, instead of just saying, oh, well, I'm going to take action and don't do nothing. If you're going to take action, do it. Now, my next thing that I'm going to hit on a little bit is about the negative campaigns I see on TV. Now, the negative campaigns, and this is in our news and commentary section of our program today, all I see for these candidates is that they want to talk about what their running mate is doing so negatively. Talk about what you're going to do. That's what I want to hear, and I'm sure that's what other people would like to hear. Is what are you planning to do specifically? Stop hitting on so and so because you know you're hiding something, or you know you don't have nothing to run on. If you have something to run on, please put that on there. Please make that your emphasis. If you have promises, follow them. Connect with the people. And these are the things that should go on in the campaign. Not, oh, I'm going to smuggle money over here to point A. I'm going to smuggle money over here to smear so-and-so. I'm going to smuggle money over here to make so-and-so look bad. We're going to pull up so-and-so's criminal record to make him look so-and-so bad. That's what has happened in some of these campaigns here in Kansas City, and some in the Missouri area as well. And I hope that all these candidates that are watching our program take note of that. I get sick and tired of looking at the negatives. Give me the positives. People aren't stupid. They're not just going to hear what just come out of your mouth. They're going to look between, they're going to start reading between the lines. And moving on past that, Mitt Romney has only released 2 tax returns. And I'm about to sneeze, ladies and gentlemen, so give me just a second. Oh, excuse me, this is my eyes, I told you. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody that doesn't want to release their tax returns and say, I have nothing to hide, they must have something to hide. And, you know, for somebody that says they are for something and does a totally different thing, I don't want to vote for them. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want anything to do with that. And anybody that says that they are going to do something and put no promise and no action for it, they are not sincere what they're doing. They are not completely in touch with what they're trying to do. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go to our report, my report, and this was taped live on Election Day, August the 7th at Brush Creek Park. I'm going to talk a little bit about the low voter turnout. And before we hit to that report, the actual numbers came in that 23%, both in Kansas and Missouri, residents or voters, that's the numbers that came out for those actual voters. Now, the ballots that were cast on August 7th was majority of Republican and GOP kind of like candidates and ballots. But that says that, number one, we have to do a lot of work to get young people to vote. And I'm dedicated to bringing the young votes. And those people that are watching my show that know that can make it happen, connect with me. Please connect with me. Hit me up on the website. Hit me up on Facebook. And let's see what we can make happen for the youth vote. So that way we can strengthen the youth vote that is in this city. So that way we can bring change into our communities. Because I'm going to work on a project that is going to bring the youth vote up. And I need people that can sing, dance, rap, beyond the lines of that. Help me help our young people, my friends, your friends, get registered to vote. But let's get to this report, and we will return with a little bit more here on Eye to Eye Kansas City. I'm right here at the Brush Creek Community Center. Of course, today is Election Day, August 7th. Here in Kansas City, there's about two key issues that people were coming to the polls to vote about today. Of course, we got people that recognizes us. So, as we're seeing a few people coming in to cast their votes today, of course, by the time you see this, we will have all the results and everything right here on Eye to Eye Kansas City. Now, like I said, we've seen a few people coming in. It's hot out here, so one could speculate that the heat could play a big factor. Now, speaking of voter turnout, 25% of Kansas Cityans, Missourians, are expected to come to the polls, to a low 18% in Kansas. So polls, of course, will be open until 7 p.m. here in Kansas City, Missouri, and other poll stations across Missouri. Don't forget, we'll have the latest election results on our After the Election show right here on Eye to Eye Kansas City. Welcome back back, everyone, here on Eye to Eye, Kansas City, Missouri. Now, we're going to go ahead. We're going to be hitting on the election results very soon. I promise you on that. But I would like to talk about a particular candidate of the 22nd District here in Kansas City, Missouri. And he is by the name of Brandon Ellington. I want to say congratulations to Brandon, because I know this was a fight that he had to put up. I know this was a fight that he had to win for his community. And I sure hope that the community will continue to be behind him, and that more people in the community will be involved in what he's doing, because he's doing some good things. He's not a candidate that is going to sit there and lie to you. He's not a candidate that is going to stray from what he says. He is working. He is going to continue to work for you guys. I can tell he's committed to serving his community, and I'm sure is happy to have been able to talk with him. He's a cool guy. His mother is cool as well. Of course, you've seen that on our community meeting show here on Eye to Eye, Kansas City. Just a well-to-do people, and I like that. I like someone that is well-to-do with, and that is always active in the community. And this man, he had some fights to go through to get to the point to where he could win on August 7th, the night of the August 7th elections. And we're going to show you his victory speech and his watch party as well, so stay tuned for that. But for the time you have been waiting for, and we'll share his results as well on the program. We'll get log on to our computer here, and we're going to take a look at some of the results here on the election. Now, I'm going to go and toss this whole thing over to, let's see, what can we do? Let's talk about the constitutional amendment. Good place to start. Whenever you guys are ready, can you sync this up with what I'm saying now? You should be seeing here within a few seconds, excuse me, Constitutional Amendment 2. It got the votes at 70%, roughly around 70%. And of course, most of these are 100% precincts reported. So most of these should be up to date. But please, if you want to watch these numbers, you can log on to kceb.org again to take a look at some of the numbers that were counted on some of these things. Recapping on question 1 and 2 here in Kansas City, Missouri. Let's take a look at question 2. 82% said yes to question 2. And of course we talked what question 1 and 2 was about briefly, because we are kind of about running out of time. Question 1 passed with 66.59% of the vote, and that is a yes vote on both question 1 and 2. So of course you'll be having the higher vote. And of course I forgot to touch on Constitutional Amendment 2. That is to allow Missouri students to pray in Missouri schools, and have the option to either pass on assignments in class that has to do with religion and prayer in school, and things associated in that. And I can see both sides. I'm going to hurry up because we are running out of time a little bit. I can see both sides of the argument on Constitutional Amendment 2. So, I can see both sides. I was kind of trying to make my decision up at the poll myself. Let's take a look at Lieutenant Governor on the Republican side. Peter Kinder takes the vote at 49.54%. Where's the one for the Democratic side? people. Okay, Democratic side, Susan Monteith for Lieutenant Governor took the vote at 47.9. If you can't see it, I understand because our system jammed all this in there. At 40, the vote, Susan Monteith took 47.90% rather. Manuel Cleaver also won with 100% of the vote in the Democratic District 5 for U.S. Representative. And we probably won't be able to get through all of these. We went through the governor. So most of these we'll have to share with you, which we'll share with you in a quick session here in a little bit. So we won't probably get to the districts, particularly some of the districts. Now, we won't be able to show you all the districts, but looking on the laptop with some of the, we're just going to run through some of these, and these are not on the graphics. Okay, wait, okay. We're not doing any more things on the graphics anymore. People in the control room, if you're listening to me. For U.S. Senator, it looks like Bruner took the vote, but that isn't said yet. They said Todd Aiken, and some of these are not really finished processing the votes yet. So so check on kceb.org and just click on unofficial current election and just click on that, and it should pop up as a PDF file. You can get those on your phones, smartphones, iPhones, Android, and Windows. You should be able to do it on all systems. In some of the areas, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to go through this real quickly. Some of the areas, some of the Democrats took it home simple. It's simple. Some of the Democrats took it on simple. But David Spence, the governors, we'll have to show you on our break coming up. And speaking of break, we got to go take a break. Forgot about that. Sorry, producer back there in the control. Sorry. We got to take a break. We'll be right back here on Eye to Eye Kansas City. Welcome back, everyone, to Eye to Eye Kansas City on our After the Election special. Now, we're going to take you to a special watch party that took place with State Representative from the 22nd District, Brandon Ellington's watch party, and we're going to see his victory. You're going to be able to see his victory speech as of right now. But before we do get to his victory speech, let's pop up his results from the 22nd District, please. Come on, please. Come on. There we go. It's not you guys. It's not you in the control room. It's me. 86.25. He took it home with that. With 2,300. Well, we're not even gonna go there. And he lost to he didn't lose. Brandon didn't lose. Of course, you could tell that. His running mate, I mean not running mate, but his competitor, should I say, lost. And people can tell what's going on in that. But I do mean what I said, and I want to say congratulations to Brandon Ellington. Here is his watch party and his victory.
You did that work. You went down there and studied those bills. You went down there and studied the laws. You went down there and took the people's concerns. You went down there with God in your heart. We sat back and just made phone calls to Twitter and Facebook. You did the work. So I'm really proud of you. And I want to job in this. I think I deserve it. I do. I think so.
Brandon, can you do a follow-up just real briefly to what Ms. E just said? Because I think that is a very important point. Because I made some observations in this race that I don't appreciate, because there were some very negative things that came out of our own community. And if I ever get an opportunity to tell folks face to face, I'm going to tell them I don't appreciate it. But I do know that there is apparently a plan in place to develop some type of continuation of the mess that they got going on right now. So I think it's important, Brandon, that you give us some direction on, we've got to build our own party.
We're breaking it. We got the party. It's just time to implement. When I go back up there on the 10th and 11th, I'm going to go ahead and get it finalized. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I'm going to do all that when I'm up there because I can do that at the state. What we have happening, man, like when you talk about black folks, it was a time we was being colonized and controlled by other folks, right? Now we're being colonized and controlled by people that look like us. And then they tell us that it's other folks that's penalizing us and doing X, Y, and Z to us. It's time to break that stuff, simple and plain. Like this election, a lot of y'all don't know this. Some of y'all do. There's a lot of backstabbing stuff going on. There's a lot of cats that want to knock me out of position because they say I'm uncontrollable.
And the bills that you put through there. And the bills that you write.
Yeah, the bills. I'm going out to some penitentiary stuff. Definitely some penitentiary reform and stuff like that. And that's why I keep trying to stay on this message that it's time that we unite all the forces that we have in here. We keep growing and we keep moving. When I look at the inner city, I was wondering, Mike will tell you, this is my uncle right here. He supported me. From the time I first put out my CD when people was talking, like, you can't do that, man.
Michael said that's the most childish rapper I ever heard. He said you can't hear
on the CD. Y'all mixing and mastering and stuff. It was real.
It was real. I was like.
But I was one of those cats that went. That's why I be messing with Jock. Not that Jock was ever, in my opinion, was ever on the wrong path. He was just going through the same thing that we all go through because that's what they tell us we are. Not that he was doing anything different. He's just walking the same walk. When I look at him, I look at because he's actually better than I was.
No. You were speaking with yours. This Negro was too late. He was too late. He was going up and down in one way, jumping there both sides, and sitting there looking innocent. Don't tell for Jock Adam right now. He having a good night.
No, but I'm just saying that because I was one of those guys that I was supposed to be dead in jail by the time I was 21. This came from teachers. This came from police.
Why is your grandmother talking louder than you?
I don't talk loud.
Your grandmother just had her.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Let me say something before you go. I mean, I know you ain't going nowhere. But I'd like for Miss Kiki to come up here. Because Miss Kiki said something when she went down there tonight. And she, I want you to say something. You know what we was talking about? Right here. Got that, Kiki. So when you fought them, and you won, and they sit down there looking like, because you carried that, what I'm just saying is, you carried that ticket, because that freedom ticket was weak. You know, it was weak.
So it's back here, though. I just, y'all can wait for a second until we get here. There's a reason I want to. I called.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to wrap up our show very soon. And like I said, those who didn't vote, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, because these are things, you know, I could tell briefly, I'm going to share it with you. The reasons to vote is because the decisions, change starts with you voting. The catalyst of change starts with you guys voting. That's how you start to bring change, embrace change. Number two is, to me, voting, you have to vote with your pocket sometimes. And if your pocket says, I'm tired of paying taxes, I can't afford to pay taxes, and I just can't, I'm crunched. And I really am crunched with my pocket right now. I'm not going to tell you specifics on that, but I'm crunched. My pockets are saying, help me, help me. Anyhow, quickly, voting is a way to say to people that have not done anything for you, enough is enough, and your butt has got to go. I would say something else, but I don't think it's appropriate. You have got to go. You've got to leave. You're not doing anything for us, and you have got to leave. And people that have been behind Brandon, people like Brandon Ellington, you have got to stand behind a person, people like that, elected officials like that. I don't say politicians, because Brandon is an elected official. He's not a politician. There's a big difference. Politicians think about this and not about the people, not thinking about you guys, not all of us. They don't think about all of us. They think about themselves in the next career move. And sometimes they have their hands in the cookie jar too much. And then, as public officials that care about the community, they are taking action to collectively do things for the community. They are thinking about the community. And, you know, he's putting things together to help you guys in the community. Now, unfortunately, he's not in my district that I am residing, but I am going to say that, you know, it sounds like you guys got a good thing going on. And, you know, some newcomers in the Democratic thing that you saw in the voter, in our commercial break on some of the election returns that we've shown you. You know, you see some newcomers, and I'm ready to see what they're doing. I'm ready to see what can they do for the community. And I'm so happy to see that we still got some Democrats that are really ready to go to work and ready to work for the community. If you do your job, you got my vote. That's all I can say. If you do your job and help us and the community helps you, we can really work together to make some change happen. A brief note, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you have heard on Facebook that this show might be off the air, and I'm going to say yes and no, because the contract ends for this show on November after the elections, and it doesn't have a specific date, but it will as soon as the elections come after everything has been decided. That's what it says in the contract for this program. But this program might be extended through after 2013. That's all I can say. And we're working hard to extend the contract. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But what I need you guys to do is to tell your friends, tell your community, come on and sample this program, because it's nothing like you see on Fox News. It's nothing like you see on Fox News. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't do all that crap that they do on Fox News. I don't believe in all that crap, because it doesn't help people. It doesn't help It doesn't help educate people in the way that it should. But like I said, I want to give a special thanks to Rochelle Ellington, the mother of Brandon Ellington, state representative from the 22nd district, Brandon Ellington. I want to say special thanks to her. I want to say special thanks to Brandon Ellington and all his supporters that have been backing him, and I hope that you do continue to back a fine gentleman, well, not a gentleman, a fine man that is working for the community, that never takes a break. He's always working for you guys, and I hope that you appreciate and help him help you guys. That's one thing that I can say, that you got to start effective change in that direction. He's a no-nonsense kind of person. I can say that much. He's no-nonsense. He doesn't put up a facade. He is what he is, and he does what he does for the community. And, I hope that some of you that talk with Brandon get your decision to talk with him on I hope you start to get your mind in the right places to elect people that will work for you. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you guys for watching our program for today. You can log on to galvinbkc.webstarts.com. We'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.